can't.
After a few weeks in Copenhagen, constantly battling various bouts of illness, spending the weekend out of the city was just the circuit breaker I needed, and Vienna certainly delivered. Before going there myself, I knew Vienna as the home of Mozart and Beethoven from the Billy Joel song, and as one of my grandmother's favorite cities she had been to in Europe. Getting to explore the city myself and experience the dream of hopping around Europe with a group of friends served as a reminder of how lucky I am to be on exchange and excited me for future adventures. It's a short one today, but join me as we discover a new city and get our first taste of travel while on exchange. After waking up at an ungodly hour, the sun was shining as we headed to the first of our many amazing spots we ate while we were here. I was still recovering from being sick the previous week, but the reviews from the other girls were overwhelmingly positive. And of course, we had to shop around the local vintage stores as we explored the neighborhood and slowly made our way back to our hostel. The girls and I spent the rest of the afternoon napping before heading out to dinner, and at this point I was feeling like I had been hit by a truck and could not stomach anything except udon noodles and ginger tea. I do give this meal all the credit for healing me. It was so delicious, and I woke up the next morning finally feeling well again.
Beautiful.
For breakfast, we stumbled into a little cafe we passed, and oh my goodness, am I glad we did. I got a delicious hummus and eggplant bagel, and the girls enjoyed pastries. Emily's tahini croissant was unbelievable. The number one thing I wanted to do in Vienna was visit the Belvedere Gallery, which is where we spent the afternoon, and it did not disappoint. The gallery is set in Belvedere Palace and is one of the most beautiful buildings I have ever been in. There is something so special about seeing such beautiful art displayed in a building that is like art itself. My highlight was seeing the many Gustav Klimt paintings. Aesthetically, I think his art is gorgeous, but I also find his depictions of pleasure and sensuality really interesting. I think my two favorites were Judith and the Head of Holofernes and The Bride. This gallery is a must-see in Vienna. Once we had finished taking in the beauty inside the building, we enjoyed the sun in the lovely gardens, gushing over our highlights from the gallery before continuing our exploration of Vienna. Was once again shining on our final day as we headed to a cafe that the girls had been recommended by a bartender on our first night. Elise got a coffee and orange juice concoction, which was surprisingly delicious, and I simply couldn't look past the French toast. We had the best morning at this cafe, chatting and laughing and enjoying the delicious food.
Free Prosecco.
Literally.
Prosecco.
I hope we're free.
I hope we think so. We think so.
Tired out from the endless walking, we spent some time laying in the grass outside a museum, enjoying the sun. We were all desperately craving vitamin D after having a few very windy and gloomy weeks in Copenhagen, so we're savoring all the time outside that we could. Stomachs having recovered from our breakfast, we headed to Hotel Sacca to try the original Sacca torte, a famous traditional chocolate cake. Anyone who knows me knows that I love chocolate. The richer the better. So this was very exciting and I had to double up, a hot chocolate and a piece of the cake shared with Elise. The cake had a layer of jam in between, which as many of my friends know is another minor obsession. So safe to say I was very happy. We later got sushi for dinner. I haven't had it since being in Copenhagen and I have missed it. This was my favorite meal of the trip.
Hello vlog, goodbye vlog. How have we liked Vienna? Yay! 10 out of 10. Yes, we're
They're coming here for your gut health.
Yeah. Yeah, don't.